Welcome back to the AB Scale Project. I'm Krieger. This is Alpha Bravo, and today we've got the Kup Triple T, the tag team tank, the personal vehicle of Sergeant Slaughter, and also Leathernecks there too. But this is really cool. We got the half and half here on the front. We got product shots on the top with some G.I. Joe. Got some more G.I. Joe on that side. We got the Transformers on this side. We've got more product shots on the back and legal on the bottom. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open and take a look at what's inside. First up, we'll take a look at the figures on their cards. We got Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck. This is really cool. And I really like the fact that they're bringing back the O-ring figures for this line. I really think the O-ring figures were the best 3 3/4 that was, probably ever made as far as, articulation and just plain just good old coolness. I mean, these are just really cool, and it's got all the details on the back, which are really neat. Of course, all the different languages the original didn't have, but still, going back to the original molds, bringing back the O-ring figures, I think is pretty awesome. All right. We'll crack these guys out and take a look at our main Kup. All right, and here we have Kup and the Joes out of the package and looking really good. I mean, we look at the figures, like I said, if they're not made from the original mold, they resculpt them to make them look like the original mold. Sergeant Slaughter doesn't need no backpack. He looks really cool. Of all the Joes I had or didn't have, I really wanted to get him back in the day. Of course, it's kind of weird watching him be a hero on G.I. Joe and then watching wrestling and him being a heel. So it was a little weird, but not too bad. Take that on the picture and focus on the main attraction here. Let's look at this Kup. Now, this looks really cool. I mean, this, I think, is a step above of all the others that have gone before him. He now comes complete with ankle tilts, waist swivel, all the articulation, clickety-clackety in the arms. I mean, this is good. He does still have a backpack because we do have a vehicle mode we have to go to, and has storage for all the weapons, the missiles, the guns. You can't put these guns in his hand. It's really neat. And there's a tow hook for vehicle mode. And I think it's just really good. It's also a different direction than previous ones in that there's no stage or anything for the Joes to stand on or sit on or fit into while he's in robot mode, which I think is actually okay. I mean, the rest of them were... Megatron probably did it the best, but I think it is completely unnecessary here. And that time was made into giving us a much better figure in the robot mode. I mean, it's just really awesome in hand. I mean, he is solid. I mean, it's not as hollow as we've seen with the past. I mean, it is just really good, really worth the money. I think they just knocked it out of the park with this one. All right, let's do some comparisons. Stand them up here. Bring in our TR Kup. So you can see, it's not really going to compare with anything. But still, he looks really great. You can just see how much more size he has. And also, if you take the Siege Target Master and give it to him, it actually kind of looks like it's the right size. But there's no 5mm ports to put other things, so you'd have to work something in. All right, bring in the last one we got. Bring in Soundwave here. And you can see a bit smaller. Soundwave was definitely an improvement over the previous two, but he was still, pretty hollow in the back. As you can see, where Kup is still just really solid. So, put them out. Bring in our first one, Megatron. And like I said, Megatron did have the best, sitting place for the human. But again, you turn them around, and just everything is hollow on them. Granted, yes, you don't display your figures, back to you, but still, you look at Kup and you see just everything is rock solid. This is a solid figure. I mean, I love it. I think it's great. All right, bring in one more. We'll bring in Bumblebee, smaller, and you see again, this one's much more solid. None of the hollowness that was exhibited with the other ones. You don't have a stand, but then the stand was, like I said, less successful in other figures besides Megatron. But I'm not mad at it. It works. Pull that out. Let's go ahead and pull him front and center again. We'll lower the camera back down. And bring the Joes in. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the tank mode. Quick cut in from the edit bay. I mean, technically, you can fold these out and get a place to put figures, but I think that's more for tank mode. And they really have nothing to do up there besides just standing off to the side, being an open target. There's not a turret like on the others that you can use. So technically, yes, but not really on the platforms that for the Joes to stand on. All right, on to tank mode. And here's Kup in his Triple T mode, and he looks really cool. We got Sergeant Slaughter on the side for a Sergeant Kup. It looks really good. Of course, you have the tow hook down there, so if you want to tow any of the other artillery that used to come with G.I. Joe, that's really cool. Got the missiles, got the guns, got places to put other G.I. Joes. It just looks really cool. And if I had the original Triple T, I'd put it side by side, and you'd see that they're the same size. So, excellent work. I'd really like it. Again, super solid. I mean, everything tabs in really well once you figure out where everything goes. The instructions aren't that helpful, but still really cool. And you can pack away leatherneck stuff back here on the back. That's just really neat. Rolls. I mean, the treads don't work, but at least there are wheels that it rolls. So, yeah, it's a small, light tank. Just what Sergeant Slaughter needs to get in there. All right. Let's bring in the current Kup. And you can kind of see how much, giant it is compared to a Chug vehicle. So, pretty cool. Bring in the Thunder Machine. See how those two scale together and how the Thunder Machine doesn't like to sit on four wheels. But yeah, see them side by side. All right. Bring in the Bee of the Bumbles. And how they look together. And of course, since these are all scaled to a 3 3/4, all the vehicles are pretty much in scale with each other. So it's all really cool. And last but not least, we'll bring in Megatron. And again, Megatron's still kind of hollow in there, but this guy is pretty solid. It's got a little bit of hollowness underneath there, but that's just because that's where the arms go. But otherwise, it is a good, stout tank. Actually maybe a little bit heavier than Megatron, but overall, really cool. So, there it is, the Triple T mode, the tag team tank, the personal vehicle of Sergeant Slaughter of G.I. Joe. I really dig this. I mean, this is great. All right, let's wrap this up. So, in conclusion, yeah, he's not going to win for, Chug because he's Masterpiece scale. But, man, is this a good one. I mean, if they keep cranking out the G.I. Joe crossovers that are this good quality, I might replace my Masterpiece shelf with the G.I. Joe crossovers. Because this is just really good. All right. So, Thank you for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell, and I'll see y'all later.